Hey, what's going on, world? It's me again, Ethan Smith, aka Big Sarge, large and in charge of my one and only self, taking myself up off the shelf, looking to find and discover my greatest internal wealth so I can be the best version of my external self. Hoping that you do the same for yourself. Y'all know what it is. Grunt speak grunt. But we come through and we speak to you. We hope you do the same thing too. Well, I don't know. Today it might just be me and you. I know Whiskey Charlie said he gonna come through a little bit later as he on his way home from work today. If the rain don't destroy his internet connection, because that's what Killer Wolf is going through too. Down there in the boot, I just got done talking to him, and he was saying that he couldn't really connect to get on because the rain has got it going on. So it might just be me and you today talking to Big Sarge anyway, and we're going to see if our brothers can tap in. But you know what it is. It's Grunt Speak. Speak, Grunt. 11B, 11 Charlie, 11 Alpha 2. You know what to do. Come on in and let us talk to you, and you talk to us too. 0311, my Marine Corps crew, and all the friends and families that supported the military members who went out there to defend you and do what they do. Now, this may not be for your kids because some of the words you might hear you may not like, but I swear it will bless them too. If you look past the messenger, just listen to the message that we given to you or that I'm giving to you. When you come through, just be respectful of what we do, looking to support you and build you. So I'm gonna give it a few minutes and see if some people come through. And I'd like to say thank you for the people that's already tuning in. And you know what I want you to do? I need you to like, comment down below, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then make sure you share this video. So everybody, you know, we went live and we talking about believing today so we can get ourselves in the right way, in the positive way, to keep a smile on our face. So we're going to take a tactical pause and we're going to let a little bit of people come on and see what they say, what they do. Peace out. Wait a minute. I feel like I need to turn this music down. Y'all may not be able to hear it that loud, but I hear it pretty clear to me. Excuse me, I'm a little bit tired. It's been a long day, as you can see. And then tomorrow is the first day back to work for me. Back to a full-time job. Now, that's a question that I have for me. Do I believe? Do I believe that the job defines me, or do I believe that the job is assisting me in my abilities to speak skillfully and to build my business? So the job could be used for investing in me, or the job could be used for breaking you too. It's all about what you believe when you go punch in, how the job is going to use you, or are you going to use your job to get forward to, or your career you see, or maybe you're a career man and you don't see entrepreneurship for you, or you don't see investing for you, but maybe, just maybe, you believe that's possible too. I don't know. You know what works for you. But tomorrow for me is the first day back to the job, and it's kind of interesting. It's been about I keep saying 3 or 4 years since I've had a real place of employment, and that wouldn't be true because I've had a few other places that I've managed at and I've did work too. So, but this is a different type of job because I don't get to move around as freely, and it's more of a blue collar environment than I think, to me, than to be working in the academia world or corporate world. But I think it'll be okay. We'll see. It's all about what you believe. See, I believe that God is using me or using this to provide for me to continue to invest in my business to get to the next thing. What do you believe? Do you actually believe in a higher power? Do you believe in God? That's the question that I have for you. It's a question that I used to ask myself too. Do you believe in the higher power? Do you believe that you are truly made in the image of God and that there is a God in you? So therefore you could do anything that you believe to do. But the question is simple. I just want to keep it open and flow. Do you believe, and how much do you believe, and how far are you willing to go to obtain the things that you believe are for you? Come on, man, you got to come through. It look like it's just me and you. I better do some more on this podcasting so I can keep your attention too. You might get tired of just hearing my nice words, so I need to put up some different screens for you to observe. But we're going to see if you don't tap in with me. I'm going to stay tapped in with you, and we're going to run for about 20, 30 minutes and see what it do. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tap out and I'm prepare myself for what I got to do tomorrow too. Hopefully you share this video and it'll be blessing somebody too. What do you believe that you're capable of doing? What do you believe you're capable of doing? If it's something that you're struggling with in life today, do you believe that you mentally have the ability to change what you see for you? Do you believe Justin Wayne Sutton, what you popping the top on? Oh man, that's just a monster. Big Sarge ain't had alcohol in 2022. I take that back. I don't want to lie to you. I think I had one sample shot of a peanut butter beer, probably about 2.5 months ago. But I'm just popping the top on the monster. See what it do. Look like Killer Wolf then found his way through. Killer Wolf, what it do?
What's up, man? Look like I'm a little blurred a little bit. Hold on.
And it's just the bright light behind you, probably a little
Yeah.
tad bit, but you okay.
Let me get right.
Christian Dykes, not sure. I used to believe completely, but then I lost my faith after losing people. Ooh, that's a good one. That's definitely a good one right there. We can definitely lose our faith in a higher power when somebody close to us leaves this place. But I like to believe that the people that we close to that leave this place, they in the better space. So that's an interesting thing, when we do lose people, whether we believe in a higher power or not, or do we believe they're in a better place. And that's something I think we all have to deal with from day to day. I remember when my father died a couple months ago, and I'm a big time believer, most of y'all know, but I just felt like he was in a better place and it was okay. And I don't want to question God and what he has to do. I just, yeah, it's a very interesting thing and it's a challenging thing too. But I can definitely understand how when you lose somebody, you can start to question yourself whether or not you believe in God and why would he take somebody so soon, especially somebody so close to you. So Killer Wolf, as I'm Chris Adams, Herman the Boss Car, Chris Adams. Okay, yeah. Don Elam. Okay, just Whiskey Charlie. These must be people you see on your end. Because if they comment in, I can't see them. Just let me know and I'll respond to what they talking about, though. So we're Killer Wolf, man. How you been doing? What's been going on with you, brother?
Oh man, I've been enjoying life, bro.
Yeah,
Enjoying life, man, to the motherfucking fullest, baby.
yeah. That's what's up. I think it's been about 2 weeks, maybe since the people seen you. You
Yeah, I've
been
been
in,
busy. Been busy.
yeah.
Been busy, man, getting this house together, getting ready for this move. You know what I'm saying? Got a few jobs lined up out there in Austin. Um, yeah, man, I've been busy like a motherfucker dropping this protein in October.
Nice.
Finally, able to do that because I've been caught up with this house shit. So, yeah, I closed September 15th, so I can get back to life, man.
That's what's up. What's the name of the protein line?
It's gonna be on Blue Wolf.
Blue Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That's what's up. That's what's
Yeah,
up. How
yeah.
many different things you coming out with? You got
I'm
like a pill, you got a powder, a protein shake, or what?
I'm thinking about coming out with a multivitamin too.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm just starting out with the protein, but people fail to realize, you need to get certain vitamins and minerals in your body every day for it to function correctly, you know. So I'm telling the people what actually works, you know what I'm saying, when you put in the work too with the exercise and the eating right and shit like that, of course. But yeah, man, good protein powder for when you know, on the go, mix it up, get your protein in and take that multivitamin, drink plenty of water. You ready to go, man, put in the work.
That's
But
what's
yeah, I've
up,
been
right?
busy as hell, man. I've been busy, bro.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. It's always a good thing, man, when you busy and you're doing things that make the time not only go by but productively go by.
Right,
You could see the results of all your hard work. And as we talking about, do you believe? And I just wanted to keep it simple with that, and it can be wide open. You talking about the hard work you putting in. I remember you talking about when you first came back home, moving back to Texas and getting in your house, and we kind of talked about believing and stuff like that. And you talk about it now, and it's almost full circle and almost
right,
at
right,
the end. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I think we believe for things, but people only believe for so long, and they don't have that, or they don't apply that mental capacity to fight their way through. We want that instant gratification. Like we think, we do a few push-ups or whatever, we put $15-20 in the bank, then that's going to automatically build the muscle, or that's going to build the bank account right away. And it's like, yeah, that's a good start, but you got to keep believing when those times go rough and you don't want to do those 15-20 push-ups or 300 that Killer Wolf be doing every morning. You got to believe that if you do it, you're going to be sweet, and
right.
you just keep at it.
Yeah, I think people sometimes call on the Lord, you know, when they going through shit. But once He actually, you know, puts shit in their life and line shit up for them, you know, they forget about it. You know what I'm saying? But this shit a whole journey, this spiritual journey. You know, I don't believe in, like I said, the you know, everything with that book, you know, but I do believe in the upper power, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
think every man should have some type of spirituality to him, you know. But yeah, people tend to forget, man. But you know, I ain't gonna lie, you know, I've been fucked up for years, like not, you know, believing or you know what I'm saying, just think I'm just existing for nothing, you know what I'm saying? But it's a upper power up there, man. God,
Yeah, and
yeah,
absolutely, and not just believing in God, because even in one of my Mr. Peen's inspirational speeches, one, I'm not one dimensional. One I had out for the longest time is, and I still have it out. It's like, I believe in God. I believe in God and the higher power, and I would say I don't believe in everything in religion, and I don't know if I believe in everything in the Bible.
right,
And there's no disrespect to God. It's just because I know man put their hand on stuff. And anytime man put his hand on stuff, it will be most of the times corrupted. But if you believe that there is a God and you made in that God's image, or it's something bigger than you know what I'm saying? And I think that's where you have to start at. Whatever individual's belief is, it's like I tell people, man, when I go to Iraq and people talk about went to Iraq, or people talk about Islam and Christianity, Muslim, Christian, and this, that, and the third, and what they believe or what they feel, I tell people all the time, man, I ain't tripping on what nobody else believe for their religion or for their God, because unfortunately or fortunately for that person, they're no different than I am. What most individuals believe is based on what they were taught or what they're seeing around them. So how dare I knock somebody else for what they were indoctrinated into? You know what I'm saying? And
right,
as
right,
long as you believe, I think, in being a decent person and believe in, the well-being of other people who ain't causing you no harm, oh man, I don't care what you call your God. If you coming
right,
from love and you believe you sharing love and goodness, then I can rock with you. If not, you call the same thing I call them. But if it ain't that action, then I don't rock with that. I don't believe what you talking about there.
right. I don't knock a man for what he believe in, you know what I'm saying? I kind of go off the facts of shit, you know, like Pentecostal, Baptist, all that. You know, it was basically, you know, people, men that wrote each religion. You know what I'm saying? So you can't put your faith in man. You got to put your faith in, you know, God or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't. It's a lot of shit that you know us as people need to wake up wake up from, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the ancestors, they got beat into submitting to that and all that shit. But, you know, that's a whole different other story with
Yeah,
all
that's a
that.
whole different story because you know when you go down that religious road, it's like political.
Right,
You
right,
know, it's and it's one of those things that I don't mind talking about. It don't bother me one way or the other because again, everybody has their opinion and it is based off of what they were taught.
right,
And even when I get into the Bible, when I look at it from if you look at it from a African American white, and you hear it just like you probably hear the same stories I hear. You know, white man Bible this, or who taught you this, who taught you that, why you believe that. I tell people, man, I go on that thing for myself, and I find what worked for me, what fits for me, and I know what happened in my life. And then another thing I realize and understand I don't care the color of no man's skin. Can't no man other than me stop me from doing what I want to do. Now, back in the day with our ancestors and things like that, that was a little bit different. And even
right.
some of those guys believe that, yo, I'm not going to be this forever. So I'm going to run. I'm going to fight. I'm going to do what I got to do. And that's really what this whole conversation is about today. Like, what do you really believe in? Because if you do believe in God, then it's like if you're not living a life you say you want to live, and you believe in this God that created everything and can do anything, then what's your problem? You know what I'm
And
saying?
then, you know, like some people think that they could just sit back and, you know, ask God for this and that without the work. You know what I'm saying? If we could do that, everybody would be rich. Everybody would be where they want to be in life. Everybody have that house. Everybody have that woman or man or whatever they choose. You know what I'm saying? But you have to put in some type of effort to to get the shit, man. You just can't sit back and relax or sit back and complain about gas prices. Them bitches go up. Us as men, we find a way to fucking survive. You still gotta put gas in your car. You still gotta put food on the fucking table. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta adapt to the fucking situation. Just like being a soldier, you know. Hey, we got over there in Iraq. What we had to do, we had to adapt to we had to adapt to the way they live, the way they carry themselves. You know what I'm saying? For we could see triggers and know if these motherfuckers trying to blow us up or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So we had to adapt to the motherfucking war zone. So we back here now. We have to adapt. I had a conversation with my girl, man. I mean, bring this shit up. I think I called her a civilian, and I was like, y'all civilians, you know, y'all get, you know, not talking to her, but I like, man, civilians get on my nerves sometimes. She was like, you're a fucking civilian. I like, no, I'm not. I'm not a civilian. You know, I call y'all civilians. She like, well, you try to separate you being a soldier. I like, that's just what it is. It's been, that's the soldier in me to call y'all civilians. You know, or I see somebody fucked up out in the world, I'll be like, y'all fucked up out here. You know what I'm saying? But she got mad at me. She was like, well, you need to realize you back here now and you're a civilian too. I like, well, you could say that, but in the back of my mind, I'm a motherfucking soldier. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna change my mind. I'm stubborn. So yeah, we had that conversation. I just wanted to throw that out there, you know.
No, no, that's good. That's real good because again, and I can tie that into talking about believing. Jumping into these comments real quick. I know Whiskey Charlie is driving home and he's kind of getting his comment on. He put some names in the tag. Oh, he was just tagging some people. Christian Dyke said, "Hell yeah, Killer Wolf." You talking about earlier when you was probably talking about working hard, getting stuff prepared and knocked out for the house. Whiskey Charlie say, consistency and knowing there's a crawl before there's a walk. Absolutely. Probably going back to earlier when I was talking about believing, and then you keep on walking the course and knowing that it's going to be all right, not that instant gratification. So him saying consistency, knowing there's a crawl before there's a walk. Absolutely. Kibby said, Killer Wolf, stop showing your cock. I don't know what that means.
Hey, I can't help it, man. It's that big B, what they call it, BC, what they call it, bitch.
I don't know.
I can't help it, brother. I can't help it, man. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm gonna put the water bottle right there.
Hey, What Bernie Mac say? I'm blessed. I'm hung low. Big
Hey, I ain't
bro.
about to see that mother like this. Let's continue, bro.
Hey man. Hey, there you go. I would just say it like this. Hey, but no,
Put your eyes up here, brother. Put your eyes up here.
right. No seriousness though, like what your girl was saying. I mean, again, and if you want to look at it from I guess for some people could call a factual standpoint, would you be considered a civilian too? Yeah. If you talk to Army people, you're like, oh no, you ain't in, you a civilian. That's how some of them look at it. But it's like, no, if I serve, I don't categorize myself in the same category as someone who didn't serve. And the way they move is totally opposite in the way I move. And here's the thing: it's some people that were soldiers who carried themselves as civilians the whole time that they was in the military.
Right.
Unfortunately, and they was able to get away with that. The difference may be between you and them is you mentally was a soldier, preparing every day and still doing what you needed to do to get after it. So for you, that mindset might be like, no, I'm not that. I'm not a civilian. And for your girl, even though she may not understand it, not serving in her mind, like, no, you out here with us. So you is one of us. You can't talk about us. Like, no, right, bro. I see it different. And depending on how you look at it, potato. You could say I'm a civilian. You could say I'm not. It depends on what I believe. And based on what I believe is how I'm going to act and how I'm going to do things. And that's how most people get down in life is, again, you look at that from a military standpoint. When we was in, if you believe it was time for you to get promoted to E5 and you did the right things, you was hanging around the right people, then it happened. But then you also had some of those guys who talked like they believed they was ready to get promoted, but they wasn't doing the actual work to get promoted. You know what I'm saying? So when it happened and they don't get promoted, they ain't tripping no way. Well, you ain't really believe it was yours, or you ain't believe you deserve it, and that's why you didn't have it. And I think
they didn't want their responsibility. A lot of them.
Again, you doing what you doing, me doing what I'm doing, being here with my wife and kids, working and things like that. When you step into that, you got to believe you can handle that responsibility too. It's like when I go rucking and it's 107, 108 degrees out, they're like, why are you going in so hot? Because it's hot and I knew I could get it done before I even left off, or I wouldn't even went to do it if I felt like I wasn't going to make it.
Right. See, you know what I'm saying? At this point of life, man, failure is no option to me. You know, I ran into some hiccups with the first home I was going to get. I supposed to be moved in, I think, this month, June. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
There you go, with the collar on, collar shirt, looking professional and shit.
Right.
What's good, bro?
Look like you just walked out the job.
Yeah, I'm still here, man. I thought we were gonna be out of here a little early, but I gotta be here at least until 9. So just enjoying the workflow, you know.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
But
no,
yeah,
we ain't talking about nothing, man. I just threw a little open topic out here. Do you believe? And you could take that from a spiritual standpoint, what you believe about how you can control your health, how you can control your finances, like what power you really have, and not only believe in the power that you have, actually next step taking it and starting to apply it. You know what I'm saying? Do you believe once you begin applying it that it's going to be successful? Such as me doing Speak Grunt. 2 years ago, when it came to my mind, I had no idea where it was going to go. I just believed it was something that was going to work. And even through our ups and downs, we keep making it happen. Whiskey Charlie, what y'all got going on out there? Somebody lightning strike or the police didn't roll up on somebody?
You're probably just seeing the camera in the parking lot, but no, it's throwing down. Oh, it did throw down some fucking rain over here earlier. Now, of course, it's just off in the distance, but it's lightning enough that you can see it from over here.
Yeah, we just got pissed on over here. Still wet out in the motherfucker.
You see it right there. That shit's fucking. You can see where it stops and where it begins.
Yeah, and over here in Austin, they begging for rain. I
was excited. When I seen fucking rain, I was excited. It did, dude. Nowhere on the news, the Weather Channel, to say anything about fucking rain today. And all of a sudden, I walked out of my store. I went to go and grab something from my truck. I went to grab my phone. I had it on charge. And I turn around, I look at the back behind the store, and I mean, it is pitch black. And I went to text my wife, ask her if it's raining because I was hoping for rain for the for my grass and stuff like that. And she called me. She goes, "Was we expecting a tropical storm today?" I was like, "No." And she goes, "Well, it's blowing branches out of trees and the wind's blowing so hard and this, that, and the other." So, but we finally got some rain. I mean, it ain't gonna do any justice, especially when, you know, the temperatures lately, man, that shit's been, Texas getting fucking, I mean, I seen it across the United States, it's hot, but whenever heat index says like 116, you're like, Satan's balls is out there.
Yeah, I think it's been about about a week or two ago, maybe 3 now. We got a little surprise rain, little surprise downfall that didn't last long, and they were definitely excited around here in Austin. All the lakes then about dried up. I go in my backyard and my sprinkler system come on twice a week, and my yard still look dry.
That's every year, man.
Yeah. What we got down here in the chat? Christian Dyke says, shout out to Colonel Tony Dennis taking over Grayling. He was awesome in Iraq. I think I believe him. I think I remember Dennis. Not 100% sure, but congrats. Kibby talking trash as usual. Being from 7 Mile, first thing you noticed was the blue light. You're absolutely right. The first thing I noticed, not even being from 7 Mile, being the black man seeing blue and red lights, you automatically notice those things going off, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But I don't worry about it, though. I believe they pull me over. It's going to be a long day for them because I don't ever had no dirt on me. So I used to be notorious for cussing the police out. My wife is probably prayed a lot of days, and she's happy that I don't do that no more. But, hey, that's a whole nother story, right?
Yeah,
anyhow, man.
Doing the right shit, man. That's all.
Say that again?
Just make sure you're doing the right shit, man. Most of us are almost 40, you know, so all the time for all that bullshit is out the window. You run into a few bad apples, but most of the time you're doing what the fuck you supposed to do. Show the people your fucking insurance, license, man, and get the fuck on.
Yeah. I usually don't have no problems, man. That was, again, when I was young. You know, growing up in the inner city, you get pulled over. The cops automatically believe you either got guns, you got dope, you got drugs. You just automatically stereotyped. And I believe if you're going to come at me like that, then I'm going to come at you with disrespect. So, yeah, man, once you get a little bit older, a little bit more mature, hopefully you put some of those things behind you. But again, I have to reiterate, going back to this topic, do you believe once you get a little bit older, a little bit more mature, you would like to believe a person started to change what they think about themselves, you know what I'm saying, what they think about the people around them or how they affect the people around them in their life. And then when you start to think about those things, it's like, wow, this should make you want to do something different in your life and move in a different way if you believe it's more out here for you, you know?
Right.
What you got, Whiskey Charlie? You look like you just walking through the store quiet like the Equalizer or something. I'm waiting on the lights to go out back there.
No, they're actually
they already did work at Home Depot.
Yeah, he worked at, what's the name of it? Home something.
No, they already the lights already dimmed. I'm just going through and making sure the store is ready for the next day. That's one of my job requirements at the end of the day, is just going through and making sure it's a grand opening, as they call it, to make sure it's nice and clean. Everybody's done their job duties and everything else and things like that. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just going through and make sure everybody's getting everything done, and so we can get wrapped up and get out of here, because I got to turn back around and be at this bitch tomorrow at like 7 o'clock in the morning. So that means I got to be up at like 5:45.
What to do with the baby?
Yeah, and I just got off vacation, so I'll be on a 9-day stretch, bro. 9 days. Yeah.
Man, listen, I was talking earlier, going back to work tomorrow, and just, man, what do I believe about this? Going to punch a regular 9 to 5. I ain't did that like 4-5 years. So I'm having all type of inspirational talks with myself to get myself in the right mindset.
Hey, I haven't done a 9 to 5 since I've been with Home Depot.
Well, come on, man. You know what I'm talking about. I ain't even talking about regular, just 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm talking about 9 to 5 as in job, period. Going to punch the clock, 9 to 5.
I got you. Hey, look, I'm telling you, man. Oh, well, you know, I mean, it again, man, Home Depot, the only reason why I stuck with Home Depot when I first even started is because that when I was overseas with you, Big Sarge, they were literally paying me half my check while I was still overseas. They kept my job here. They gave me my benefits. So I got back. I still had my vacation time. My sick time was accruing, everything else. They act like I was still here. So for a company to be able to do that for me, why not come back and give them a chance? Because hell, I was only with Home Depot maybe 6 months max when they let me, you know, of course, the orders came out and drawn me over, of course, everything else, but they still respected me and didn't cut off my pay and everything else. So I was like, let me get them the opportunity that they gave me. So now I've not just made it, you know, a job. It's a career for me. It's something that, you know, it supports me, my family, and my family's able to stay at home and all the, you know, benefits they do have. I mean, it's a pretty great place to work. I mean, a lot of people want you knock every job. That's one of the biggest things I think though too is so many people knock their jobs, but it's just also because they don't put 100% effort in. If you put 100% effort, no matter where you work at, something's going to come great out of it, whether it's that place or, hey, somebody's going to see how well you work and they're going to draw you into another place. I don't know how many times I've had other competitors or whatever else call me up and say, hey, why don't you come work for me? We heard you're a great, you know, great inspiration. You're great at pushing people, great at working, you know, this, that, and the other. I didn't take the opportunity because of the fact that Home Depot still has got things off for me, but the doors open up as you go through, and kind of like what you were talking about earlier. You know, like I was saying, you're gonna crawl before you walk. Right now, I considered Home Depot as my crawl, but now I'm at a walk stage because things are starting to open up. Bigger doors are starting to open up for me. So, and that's where I just like, you know what, I'm gonna keep going with this. I just didn't give up. The times are hard. Hell yeah, I've been through plenty of hard times. But right now, time's hard. Yeah, but you know what? It doesn't do you any good just by throwing up your hands and just just quitting.
Right.
I'm gonna keep pushing.
Facts. Yeah.
And I think with me, man, I'm more on a like a self ownership type shit now. You know what I'm saying? Getting these different revenues and income coming in. I know I'm gonna be doing a lot of fucking carpet work and flooring work with my homie down there in Texas since I'm back in the motherfucking Lone Star State. And then I'm gonna have that, and then I'm gonna get this protein popping, and you know, probably doing a little personal training on the side. You know, you have to at this point in our lives, guys. Failure is not an option. We have too many people depending on us. Most of us have kids. You know what I'm saying? You have a wife. You know what I'm saying? You have so many people depending on us that failure is not a fucking option. You know what I'm saying? It's not an option for me. So
You know, and
you know.
my card for the I have a calendar with like 12 of my inspirational sayings, and the inspirational card for this month is failure. And my thing for failure is failure. I'm willing to fail an infinite amount of times in order to reach my level of success. Right. Failure ain't final. And I think that's one of those things as a people, we believe that definitely kids, they start to get taught that early. Like they believe that failure is a bad thing. And then you be afraid to fail. And it starts at school. That's where the separation starts. Like you fail a test, you don't get a 90 or 100. And they start to make you feel like failing is a bad thing when failing at something is the only way you really learn something. It's the only way you get better. And if you're not willing to put yourself in a position to fail, you're not really putting yourself in a position to lead or go anywhere else. You just.
And I think with the kids too, they bring up the kids soft, man. These days, every kid get a trophy. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it is what it is. Go be a first place, second place, third place. You know what I'm saying? You get that third place trophy, you get your ass up and work a little harder to get your ass up to the first place next time. But yeah, you know, I think it's a lot of pussification of a nation going on.
Oh,
well, go ahead, Whiskey Charlie.
Well, I believe also is everybody's expecting something to be given though. With the same topic right there, everybody's expecting something to be given to them right. For doing just a basic thing. A lot of people come to work and they're like, "Oh, well, what else do I get?" You know, dude. With Home Depot offers just for part-time employees offers vacation, dental, vision. They offer assistance. The assistance with you know, if anything bad's going on in your life, they actually will give you money to help you out in your life. Whenever hurricanes and shit happen like that, man, they were paying them double time plus extra money, giving them extra like $500 every 2 weeks and shit like that. like a company that just like constantly just gives, and they still just all they do is put their hand out. Well, I ain't getting nothing out of this. Well, I didn't get nothing out of this. Well, what about the paycheck and the shit that you're at home? If you're broke at home, it's because, again, I've said this in every one of my videos, and I'll keep it up. But this thing is knowing the difference between a need and a want. So many of these kids don't know the difference between a need and a want. They think they need a fucking fast car, or they need the most expensive fucking cell phone they can get out there and get. But what you need is actually just something that you can communicate with, a car that gets you back and forth. Again, once you take care of those needs, you'll get what you want. You know, same thing with a job related. You know, if you take care of that need, the job is you needing it. You know, if you take care of the job will take care of you. And if it ain't, then guess what? It's somehow, again, like I was talking about earlier, some people will see that you need that job, and your work ethic is so great that they will actually reach out to you and try to pull you into their place. I mean, it's at the end of the day, man, you really have got to put an effort in everything you do. I ain't saying kill yourself. I am not saying go out there and do that. But at the same time, whenever you're working, you got to put your 110% if you believe you're doing that and you're still not getting appreciated, then okay, maybe have that conversation with somebody that's above you, you know. But outside of that, you just can't expect everything just to be handed to you. I think that's what's wrong with the world these days too, is everybody's expecting everything just to be handed to you.
Right.
You know, I almost kind of feel like Wolf called it the pussification of a nation. I've called it the dumbing down of a society. Whiskey Charlie saying we believe that everything's supposed to be handed to us, and most people, I think, is all somewhat to a certain degree, not to be a conspiracy theorist, but systematically designed. Like, I believe it is to be dependent on somebody else, just like the whole we dependent on Google, we depend on Siri, we depend on Alexa. We might think it's simple things like that when you ask an Alexa, tell me how to get here, tell me 5 + 5, tell me this. And I get it, you're using you're using more mind power than physical power, but it is dumbing you down to actually dig deep into that mind and start pulling out those context clues and working out the story problems. And so you do believe that since I got the participation trophy, that everything is supposed to be given to me. And if you come up with that mindset thinking that, nah, just me being here should be enough, I believe that I should be good enough, you're gonna be sad. You're gonna get your feelings hurt a lot, because when you get into the real world and they tell you what you think and what you believe don't mean nothing, it's all about action and work and what you can do, then a lot of people gonna be hurt. But a lot of people say they believe, but they don't do the work as in if they believe. They talk a good game, but they don't work at the same level that they talking at. And right. That be the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like Wolf was saying earlier, and I'm going to jump in these comments. Like, the reason I said, you know, going back to a 9 to 5 and it's killing me some days, and I ask myself, do I believe this is what I'm supposed to do? Because in my heart of hearts, I'm an entrepreneur. Like, I'm supposed to be doing multiple streams of income and not having anybody else tell me when I need to be up and when I need to go somewhere. But I'm also, as a man, mature enough and understanding and wise enough that I have a wife and I have kids, and becoming an entrepreneur is always not a just overnight success. It's a process. So I believe that taking a job that I'm taking is only going to put me in a better position to become that entrepreneur, because financially I'm going to make a good wage. Then I got the benefits for my family. Then I had a vacation time, and I have a plan going in. Unlike before going into jobs, most people don't have a plan. Like, I wrote down a whole exit strategy of what I'm going to be doing over the next year and a half, when I plan on leaving, the books that I'm going to read, so I can stay focused on building that entrepreneur and building that business that I want. Like, one of the first books I'm reading, what I believe is the Jamal King book, 9 to 5 Millionaire. So you talking about a guy who believed that he could be a millionaire based on what he's seen his friends doing who played in the NFL. And this dude was a millionaire by the age of 26. He did 20 years as a Chicago police officer. And before he ever even graduated before he ever retired from the Chicago Police Department, like 2-3 years ago, he was already worth over $20 million. And he talks about that. Keeping your 9 to 5 job and using it to invest in real estate and things like that, so you can be free and free yourself up. So, yeah, man, believe in that. you know, whether you believe you're an entrepreneur, whether you believe that a job is just temporary for you to pay bills and get some of the things that you want, not to do what you actually need, whether you believe a job is career, depending on how you see it or how you look at it, is where you're going to be in life and what the outcome is going to be, because it all starts with what you think in between right here. That was the difference between a dude making it through basic training or not. Yeah, it was hard to all of us at some point or state, you know what I'm saying? But it also became a point where each individual believed that, yo, I'm going to make it through this regardless to what they throw at me. I'm going to be sweet. So, comments real quick. Herman the Boss said, the road to success is not always straight. There is a curve called failure, a loop called confusion, speed bumps called friends, red lights called enemies, caution lights, family. You have flats called jobs, but if you have a spare called determination, an engine called perseverance, insurance called faith, a driver called Jesus, you will make it to a place called success. Herman, that's fire. I might have to copy that and say that again to somebody else. That's dope right there, Herman.
Damn.
I like that. Like
My first time hearing that shit.
Hey,
that's
that's
dope.
Big Herm. Big Herm. He's that's a great guy, and I'm talking about a great associate, great worker, he always got some good words out there, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to copy that. Christian Dyke said, in Tennessee with my girls, I need to find work. I have taught hundreds of students, and I've never promoted a student if they didn't make the standards. Hey, that makes perfect sense right there, you know. A lot of times, Killer Wolf was talking about participation trophies. It's almost the same as people sometimes getting promoted. You know, you're putting people in positions or you're giving them awards for things they didn't earn yet. And then they do believe that, as Whiskey Charlie talk about now, you have these young kids who come in and believe that they're entitled to do certain things or make certain moves before they even earn the right, you know what I'm saying, to have that conversation or to even talk about that thing that they want too soon. So it definitely can be skewed, man. And if an individual don't have their personal belief right, who they are, knowing who you are as a person, regardless to what someone else says. Going back to the conversation that Killer Wolf kind of chimed in or talked about with us a little bit earlier, having a conversation with his girl, civilian versus being a veteran. Like, now, if he was a weak-minded individual or somebody who just was like, yeah, boo, you're right, I am a civilian now because you said so, then that would just be his belief, and he changed everything based on what somebody else said. But he like, nah, I know who I am, what I stand for, and what I bring or what I was a part of. And a lot of individuals don't understand who they are. Like Whiskey Charlie over here, he going crazy. He hiding behind some concealment. Not no cover, just a little concealment. Yeah, man. If you what's the name though? If you're looking to do anything with type of investment, real estate, one of those other multiple streams of income, and you doing that 9-to-5 job or you not doing that 9-to-5 job, and you want to look into a stand-up guy who not looking to just take your money and really teaching some stuff about learning real estate and making money, this guy Jamal King right here, the 9-to-5 millionaire, man. I definitely say this is a book you need to get. A course you can look into. My wife went through the course. It's actually doing pretty well. He's a guy that was brought out by Eric Thomas. So, man, he has an amazing story and testimony about, right, for real, believing that God told him and his wife was going to have another child and he was going to have a son. And I'm talking about, he prayed that prayer he talked about for anywhere to about 5 to 6, 7 years, when everybody, including his wife, was like, yo, let it go. It ain't happening. We not going to ever have no kid. He like, man, I believe so much. And again, remind you, I told you, the man was a millionaire at 26. He like, I believe so much in my house. I went and created a room for my son. I had the team, the contractors come in, lay the room out. I painted it. I put his name on the wall. He like, I even put a urinal up in his room, in his bathroom, to teach him how to use the urinal. He like, I put a chair in his room, a rocking chair, and I would go sit in his room every day. And I would read to my son as if he was born and he wasn't even conceived yet. And he like, after doing that for multiple years, me and my wife wind up having a son when nobody else believed we would. So it's just like, how far are you willing to go with your belief? Like, when do you throw in the towel? When will you give up on what you say you want? And then it's like, how important is it to you to see that thing through? Because somebody else is watching you. And if you just throw in the towel, then that's when people see, oh, failure must be a thing. I can't do this because I failed.
Yeah, you never give up, man. Never give up. You know. I know that's the way we taught us soldiers, you know, Marines and everybody. So, you know, I don't know how the civilian side, you know, they raised, but yeah, never give up on your fucking dream, man.
And I think that would be the question. Like, and this is a platform geared more so towards soldiers, definitely our infantry grunt brothers. And although this is where we reach out, we talk to everybody, and you talk about that never giving up, it's like, what all we've been through being in the military, whether you're a grunt or not, whether you did Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, or like, what all you've been through just going through basic training, I think you have to tap back into and ask yourself, when did you stop believing? If you're an individual who's not believing, if you're an individual whose belief has been shaken, like, when did I stop believing and why? And once you ask those questions, you realize, okay, it's not important. The important question is, how do I get back to believing? How do I get back to start believing that I can do these things that I want to do? Anybody got anything on that? For an
Shit.
individual that kind of fell out of their belief?
Shit, I say, man, you just gotta get back on that wagon, bro. I'd have been knocked off my pedestal a couple times, you know, divorce, you know what I'm saying, house shit, you know, all kinds of shit, fitness, you know what I'm saying, getting the neck fucked up, all that shit, you know, you just gotta get back at it, man. It's like muscle memory, you know what I'm saying? When you get back in it seems hard at first, but once you get back in it, that muscle memory get to clicking again. You just can't give up though. This your life, man. You're responsible for it. However it is, however it ends up, it's your decision of what, you know, life is about choices. Wherever you at in life, it's on you. It's on you to make yourself happy. It's on all that shit, man. It's on you. It fall on your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to put it on other people's shoulders. The reason why they there, where they at right now. Nah, motherfucker, look in that mirror and get your ass to work.
Facts. Who do you believe is responsible for your life? You got some, Whiskey Charlie? You was about to say something?
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it's I agree with what y'all talking on and everything else on the whole thing. But my thing is, of course, I mean, my question to people out there, and because I ain't saying I haven't came across it myself, but you know, at what point do you really just tell yourself, you know, I don't want any more? Did you switch your mind or whatever else? My question is like, what made you think that? What made you give up? I mean, like we were talking about earlier, man, things you tendency to get rougher before they get easier. But guess what? That's an opening for something much greater to come. So my thing is it's like, man, I don't think I've ever got to the point where I say I don't want that anymore, because I do. I remember telling myself when I was in school, when I was in high school, I've always wanted to get a job that I can financially support my family without my wife working and this, that, and the other. And guess what? You know, I kept working. I mean, at points I didn't think that, of course, I never would have thought Home Depot would have been that place. But guess what? Now I can do that. And I can say I can check that off my list. Now, of course, I want to be able to make enough money to be able to, you know, get the things that, you know, I want in life. But right now I'm taking care of the things I need, which is, of course, children and my wife and stuff like that. So that was an obstacle that I wasn't expecting. Well, I was expecting, but not expecting so soon, you know. Just give me 1 minute.
Oh, okay, yeah. I say that we owe this shit to our, you know, our brothers that gave the ultimate sacrifice, man. You know, what triggers in my mind, I post them every now and then. My buddy Velez that got killed in Fallujah. The last picture was taken of him. He was holding his saw, coming around the corner about to do some assault shit. And the last thing I remember, even after he got shot and shit, was him still rocking that saw. He never quit. He was still rocking that motherfucking saw, letting the other dismounts get on the Bradleys and shit. So, you know, to me, man, well, me personally, it's been nights, especially when I first got back, that I just wanted to ball up in the corner and just say, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But when I thought about that and the way that even in the eye of death, this dude didn't quit. His fucking finger was still embedded on that motherfucking saw. You know what I'm saying? I owe it to him. You know what I'm saying? I owe it to all my fallen brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't get back here and just give up on ourselves, our lives. You know what I'm saying? We have to continue and live greatness on what they probably would have been doing if they was back here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's my total opinion on the shit. You know?
No, that's good. And I know me and my wife talks about this often, and I think we kind of might have touched on it a little bit earlier. And it's like the company you keep. Do the individuals that you surrounded with even believe in themselves? Do they believe in you? Because you could believe in yourself strong all you want, but if you're hanging around a bunch of individuals who don't believe, you're going to become the company that you keep. And just like Wolf said, you know, we owe it to the guys that did give their life, the ultimate sacrifice. They never stopped fighting. And I think a lot of times why individuals who leave the military, why they stop fighting, is because they're not surrounded with that nucleus of individuals who believe anymore or who want it anymore. Some guys, they get out of the military and they go back home to whatever their little regular neighborhood was, their community was, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, and they go back to doing those things that they were doing. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how individuals get stuck sometimes. Like, as a man, as an individual, I put on my own I hype my own self up if I need to. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, you have to be your own hype man, because when you have those moments when you want to lay down, ball up in the corner and cry, even if you calling on God, he's still not finna walk down there and pick you up off the floor. You still got to believe you get yourself up, that you're going to be able to make it through it, and you're going to be sweet. And if the individuals with you that you went not on that, you need to get a new group of individuals. And again, going back to what you and your girl was talking about earlier, Army civilian, it's a different standard. And I know for the National Guard, definitely, it probably wasn't a standard at the active duty level. It wasn't, because you didn't get seen every day, all day. So it could put you in the worst position to make you have to work harder, or you could get a little bit more lax because nobody's watching you. But if you believe that you're a soldier, regardless whether you active duty or National Guard reserve, you know that you're supposed to carry yourself to a certain standard as well, because we all went through an active duty basic training and what no part-time basic training. So this is what the Army told you it's the standard. You ain't got to rather believe if this is right or wrong. They told you what the standard is. If you're not making that standard, then you don't got to ask that question. No, you're wrong. And if you get out of the military like Killer Wolf, and he like, no, I'm still operating at the standard of a soldier. So therefore, in my mind, I'm a soldier. I get up, I take care of my body, I take care of my mind, I do this, that, and the third before a certain time of day. I believe I'm a soldier. And a lot of guys get out and they believe they're a civilian again. They looking forward to the day where they don't have to get up and shave. They don't have to get up and run. They don't have to get up and be led or told what to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. You don't got to shave no more if you don't want to. You don't have to run no more if you don't want to. But if you don't believe that you have to do something to keep making your life move forward and progress, then it's going to ultimately go backwards, and you're going to feel like you stuck or you just not growing.
Yeah, no, I definitely, Big Sarge. Like, one of the things is, of course, I always get, like, you know, some of my regular contractors and associates that always asking me, that's been worked with me a while, that's known me for a while, always asking me, hey, why ain't you a store manager and this, that, and the other? And you should be a store manager and all this stuff. And then I know I got a lot of work on myself and everything else and things I got to do here at work to make myself even better. But like you were going back to earlier, like my chain of command is here at work is constantly rotating. So I've always got to prove to the next individual why I did it. But thing is I just don't give up. I just don't say, oh, well, it's another manager. Now I got to prove myself, because I've been through in the last 7 years, I've been through 3 district managers and probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 store managers.
Start calling you Baker Mayfield. You done had like 4 offensive coordinators, 4 head coaches. Like.
So, you know, so I've always got to prove myself to each one of them, but it ain't like I'm just going to give up. Now, does it set me back a little bit mentally? Yes, it does, because I'm like, shit, now I got to do this again. But you know what? I know how good I am. I'm going to keep pushing myself. And everybody at work is like, man, you always come in so happy, so cheerful, smile on your face. You're always, you know, at it, and you're always doing this stuff. And it's because, you know what? I mean, why would I come in any other type of way, right? First of all, as a manager, my attitude affects everybody else's attitude. It goes down, right? If I'm pissed off or I'm pissed, whatever else, everybody's attitude goes down, right? I got to keep myself up and cheerful, not only just for work, but at home. You know, my attitude affects everyone, and everybody notices. Every single person at work and also at home. No, my dad called me the other day, asked me if everything all right, because I was sharing a couple of some things that I seen on Facebook that, you know, kind of touch on a couple of things that I believe in. It was just some darker type shit. I mean, not the satanic, but it was just some more like upfront truth stuff. And he called to check on me because he said, hey, that's not like you. Everything all right, right? But yeah, I told him, all right. What I seen was what I believed, and, you know, I just was sharing what I liked, you know. But that just goes to I won't change just because everything else is changing around me. I'm gonna keep doing what I do, because I'm gonna keep striving, because I know I got what it takes. I just gotta, of course, you gotta prove yourself. I mean, it is what it is, but I ain't gonna let that slow me down. I'm too good, man. I'm too good. Everybody will notice how good I am. I'm gonna keep doing me.
That's all that count, because that's all that count. And you said it gets easier and easier because you already know who you are. So every time they change store managers or district managers, it's not like you have to, all right, let me get myself together. Let me put my costume back on again so I can be who they want me to be. No, as long as you keep being who you are and you know who you are, then you don't have to switch it up. And that makes life that much easier. When you believe you have to be somebody to fit in, that's when life really gets difficult. And I think that's what happens a lot of times for people in life when they're not successful or they're not happy with the things that they have, because they believe they have to be someone they're not. They believe they have to have something that they can't afford or that they don't need to have in order to fit, instead of just believing in who they are and what they're capable of doing by getting your ass up, going out there, doing the work, struggling through it, crying, kicking and screaming through it, and then earning those things that you want, that you believed you could have. Because that's what it boils down to. You got to be willing to work through it.
Right.
Dyke said, when I lost faith in the Army and my family and my purpose, that's when you go back to stop believing. He didn't say to go back to stop believing, but I'm believing that's what he's talking about on the question. When I lost faith in the Army and my family and my purpose. Me and Killer talked about that before, after he read the Way of the Superior Man book. And that was a book I know I recommended a month ago. Like, as a man, when we don't know what our purpose is, or we stop believing in our purpose, then life can get very difficult for us, because it's more important, I believe, to discover what our purpose is and what God is calling you to do than it is to figure out where your money is. Because if you get your purpose together, the money gonna come. You get your purpose together, I think you're gonna line everything up with your lady and your kids. It's like Whiskey Charlie just said, if you on your purpose and you coming into work happy, you coming into the house happy, then your family gonna be in a better position. But as a man, if you're not on your purpose in life, then you probably gonna be disappointed in life, and it's gonna affect the people around you. And that's another reason why it's very important that we believe in who we are and what we called to do, no matter how ugly it get. I ain't calling nobody out, Chris. I'm just talking. I shave like a couple of times a month. I don't shave, because if I shave, this might not grow back. It takes 3 months to get this right here.
I didn't even know you had nothing on there, man.
Yeah, this right here. It takes about 3.5 months to get to
I couldn't even see.
Sorry, but I was trying to zoom in here. Hold up. I was trying to large.
Hey, it's all right here. All 17 streams right there, baby. Don't even worry about it.
I just chopped mine.
Yeah, I see. I remember you saying that summertime beer.
Right. But yeah, I chopped it ball. It was here. I chopped it out.
Yeah, I trimmed mine back too, man. I had to take it back a little bit, even though my wife was kind of a little bit upset about it. I had to trim it back a little bit, man, because but not only that, I was just trying to get it to grow out a little bit thicker and better and everything else. So, you got to do that every now and then, and especially with the temperatures being fucking crazy ass hot, sitting here scratching at my cheeks, just sweating and everything else. Like, shit, fuck that bullshit. That's the only thing I do not like about having a beard, man. It's just
my shit already blooming back out.
Yeah. Not only that, Dan, you shit, all that extra food I dropped in there, it fell out, piece of chicken and everything else, man.
Yeah, I had a whole ass chicken wine in that motherfucker.
Hey, you ain't gonna never go hungry with a beard like that, man. You always got some spares in there.
Piece of Krispy Kreme in that bitch. See.
That's what's up, man. Christian Dyke says itchy. Oh man, I think that's for anybody. You cut that beard off, and once it started to grow back, you cut that thing all the way off. When it got to grow back, it's definitely itchy, bro.
Yeah, I know what you're doing.
Yeah. When last time you cut it all the way off?
It fell out back when I first started growing it. I didn't know how to take care of it. The winter came, every fucking thing fell out. So from there, I looked up videos and shit and learned how to deep conditioner, leave-in conditioner. And from there, man, it's been butter.
That's what's up. Man, hair is one of those things I just never cared about and never had that type of patience to really to work with it. Even when I was younger, I get a fade. Well, no brushing, no hair and all that. It was just cool. I'm good. I just go get the next fade. So when it came from my beard, I got so used to, in the Army, I didn't probably really have to shave for my first 3-4 years. I'm just shaving skin pretty much. So
right.
I naturally when I was a basic, man, I couldn't grow fucking face hair with a damn, but they still made my ass go in there and shave when everybody else is shaving. They don't care. Get in there. Hey, Drill, I already have a clean. I don't care. Everybody's doing it at the same time. Everybody's going in there shaving. Go in there and get that shit shaved. Okay, I'm sitting there just like.
I hated that shit. I ain't shaved, man.
Yeah, man. Good times, man. But hey, it was what we believed we needed to do in order to get to a new level in our life. So we was willing to let our head get shaved. We was willing to shave our beard. We was willing to believe, you know what I'm saying, what the drill sergeant told us, to work together, to be teammates. We was willing to go through all that stuff to get ourselves in a different position. And for a lot of us, for the three of us, it probably is very fortunate for us. Some of our friends who may not have been willing to adapt and adjust to some of the ways of the Army may still be struggling in life because you are unwilling to be led. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you are unwilling to be led, or you believe that you know all the answers or you have it all figured out, then you put yourself in trouble, because no one man's an island, and we all need help, and we all need leading and guidance at some point in time in our life.
Yeah, look, whenever I remember going to basic, I try to be one of those high speeds, one with my hair cut already. Like, you're going to sit down and go ahead and get your hair cut anyways, boy. I got shit up there either.
Hey, I showed up at basic thinking I was going to be sweet with some brand new, like, Reebok pumps with no laces in them and everything. I'm like, I'm about to kill a game with this. They like, no, they took us right to the shop and made everybody buy those running shoes.
The motherfucking white Aces.
Yeah, I think I had the New Balance.
Yeah. I think it was New Balance or Aces, one of them.
Yeah, no, they had like 2 or 3 different pairs. You could most everybody had the New Balance, but yeah, you could get some Asics, and it might have been one other pair. You were sweet if you got the Asics or something else, because everybody didn't have them, but it was like 9,000 soldiers wearing the same pair of New Balance.
Right. They made their money.
Big time. Come right out of that little check you got.
Yeah.
On your start
And you know
card.
what's crazy though too is you sit there and I was sitting there. I forgot who was telling me about it at one time, but you know, military does not let you fail at all. Like if you fail, you intentionally went out there and try to do something to get your ass out of there. Because guess what? The government pays way too much fucking money for your ass to get put in and do all the training and everything else. So they're not about to let you fail. So if you fail, it's because you wanted to get the fuck out. You went out there and hurt yourself so that you can get the fuck out. You know, I mean, like, what the fuck? Like, these people are doing everything. Shit, again, I think is shortly after I got out, they came out with the fucking stress cards. Like, they're doing everything they can to keep you in to be successful, and you literally were trying to find a way to steal out of that shit. So it's not something that you really wanted.
Hey, they might have believed they was coming for the school money.
You gonna go to school, all right?
Yeah, if you joined after 2001, then you ain't come for no school money. You can't to be a bullet catcher or throw some bullets down range. That's what
I'll get blew up.
You thought that college education was going to be for free.
Yeah, no, you was getting Baghdad or Bagram Air Base education. You weren't going to.
You have to get your job done first.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But you know, that's the thing, man. Nowadays, you know, unfortunately, individuals in the civilian world, or maybe even in the military, in the everyday world, I think believing in oneself or believing in something bigger than oneself, like for real, that's factually proven to do well. I don't think a lot of people have that nowadays or they don't apply that nowadays because most individuals base their life off of what they see on social media. They base their real life off of somebody fake highlight reels that they showing, and they believe that this how everybody getting it when that's so far from the truth, you know. And then you find yourself stuck looking at the phone, believing it is how you supposed to live your life, and your life is over, and half the people you watching ain't even living that way.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes around to, like I was talking about just a few minutes ago, like you know, the military did not let you fail. Like, and I think that's also a big old giant separation. And we didn't accept failure, first of all, and they did not let you fail. But that's that difference maker. Also, I think in a mentally piece for people that are getting out or that are getting to the civilian world is, in the civilian world, they'll let your ass fail. Straight up. Civilian world, you can straight up fail. Ain't nobody there gonna, I mean, outside of maybe family, you may have family or a wife or a significant other that actually supports you and helps you succeed. But outside of that, then, you know, hey, the world is a fucking mean ass place, man. They don't give a shit. They go, those anybody's collecting money, they gonna get their money. They don't fuck around.
Yeah. Now that is crazy how that works in the military. When you go back and you think about it, there is really failure not even talked about. Like, not being able to do something is never even mentioned. It's always, we're going to figure it out. Like, oh, it could be solved. You just ain't figured out how to solve it yet. So you're not even there. There's never a point to where you like, oh, we going to bed because we can't finish this today. We ain't figured it out. No, if you going to bed, that means the plan was already developed from when you wake up in 2.5 hours, how you going to finish it. Like, but you're not just going to bed and that's it. We leave it for somebody else. And I think that builds that tenacity and that grit for most individuals who are in the military or who leave the military. But if you don't have that bounce back and you just kind of did it maybe a civilian way through school and people let you fail or didn't really push you, you never pushed yourself and the individuals around, then it will be difficult for you to believe in what you're capable of. Because again, we become the company we keep. And as individuals say, you show me the 5 people in your circle, I'll show you your life over the next 5 years. And that's just the honest to God truth. So you either solo and you getting it on your own and you believe in yourself and you building with you and your God, or you got a few friends in your circle and they building with you, or you with a group of individuals and ain't nobody really doing nothing. Y'all are just talking. One way or the other, you got to figure it out.
Talking out their ass. That's it.
Yeah. And believe they doing something. But hey, man, I believe it's 9:09 and it's about that time that I'm going to have to let y'all go, not because I have to, just because we supposed to. We gave you about an hour to you talking about the belief of you. And hopefully at the end of this, you believe something different about yourself too, or this reinvigorates the belief that you had in you, or this ignites a belief in you that you've been struggling through. You're capable of doing anything that you put your mind to if you focus on the God inside of you. You know, that's what you called to do. But that's it. That's all I have for you. This has been Grunt Speak, where we come through and we speak to you. And hopefully you speak to us too. Whiskey Charlie, you got something you want to lead the people with before you go?
Yeah, hey, you guys, man, is that if you really want something, man, go get it. Don't give up on your hopes and dreams. Because you're going to be successful. Sometimes the things just get rough. But once times gets rough, like I said, man, it's always like it's like a slingshot, right? You're going to constantly get pulled back. But at one point, you're going to find that snapping point, and it's going to snap, and it's going to throw you so far forward, and you're going to be so happy. So keep doing what you do. Keep doing what you love to do, whether it's hard or not, man. If it's hard and you love to do it, then that's all life. So keep it up, you guys.
Killer Wolf, you got something for the people before we go?
I seen something on Facebook that hit me. I want the people, man, the soldiers, my buddies, man. I want y'all to find something that keeps find a hobby that keep you in shape. Find a hobby that makes you money, and find you a hobby that keeps you creative. You know what I'm saying? I think with those three things, man, you could live a pretty nice life. But yeah, that's all I got for them, man.
That right there is powerful. You do those three things, you'd be all right. Something that keep you in shape, keep you creative, and keep you making money.
Right.
Unfortunately, that seems like everything that most jobs attempt to take away from you. They don't want you to stay in shape, because then you get out of shape and you feeling all lethargic and sluggish. You don't have to use none of your creativity because you given a robot job, and they give you just enough money to pay your bills, not enough to really get anything over, because even if it is enough money to do more than pay your bills, most people don't know financial literacy and how to manage money. So you just living through the next check. So that you said a whole mouthful with those three things. Find something to keep you in shape, find something to keep you creative, and find something that you can make money from. And I think that'll be good. Hey, man, with that, we're going to leave it right there. At that point, this has been Grunt Speak. Speak Grunt. Well, we come through and we speak to you, and we hope you do the same thing too. Speaks about some things that's going to help you get through. 11B, 11 Charlie, 11 Alpha 2, 0311, the Marine Corps crew. We salute you. We salute the friends and the family that support the soldiers too. For everybody that's going through and do what they do. Make sure y'all comment down below. Go to the YouTube channel. Speak Grunt, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with somebody else, man. That's it. That's all I got to say. Peace. We see y'all next time. And we